Cars from different eras drew a crowd to Bemidji for an auto show and swap meet this past weekend. The Paul Bunyan Vintage Auto Club held its 32nd annual show. Jackson Bruner was on hand to learn more about the storied history behind vehicles on display at this year's event.
Classic cars took up the entire Bemidji High School parking lot on Sunday, and their vintage status turned some heads.
The interest that used to be in the 50s has moved to the 60s, and now it's to the muscle car of the 70s. The rods of all areas, I think they're always of interest.
The 2015 show's theme was winners. And a centerpiece was a 1935 Chevrolet Phaeton owned by a car dealer in North Dakota. It was voted America's most beautiful roadster in 2014, and over the years it's received some substantial upgrades.
We've just tried to enhance the original style of the car just by cleaning up some of the lines and margins and gaps, and just the fact that it's a fairly rare car. It's the last year that Chevrolet built this body style. They made 217 of them. I don't know how many would exist today, but I don't know of another one.
History is everywhere when the show comes to town, and Bob Ransom's Ford from 1941 has plenty, as he began dealing with cancer in the middle of its rebuild.
When they hit you up with, you've got 5 months to a year to live with multiple myeloma, we put everything for sale. The house, the land. I had 3 garages full of cars. This car wasn't done, so this car was left.
Some engine work on the Ford had been completed, and the car's floor had been painted when Ransom had to go in for a sickle cell transplant.
I put the engine in and transmission when I started feeling better, and then I started driving it. It wasn't finished, but I started driving it with garbage bags over the seat, whatever, just to put miles on it to make sure it ran.
Much like Ransom, the car needed help to fully be finished. He showed it off in Bemidji, having survived 4 years past his initial diagnosis, and he plans to keep on moving.
It's a day at a time.
In Bemidji, Jackson Bruner, Lakeland News.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.